when a child do that very thing. They know, they detect who's holding the destiny. All those nonsense are clear. The union has forgotten how to radicalize injustice.
Okay, sister, I'm going to go live. It's a 2 p.m. I'm going to go live and then we talk after this, okay?
No problem.
Okay, love you. Bye. Okay, so what is this things here? Ooh, the TV. I need to turn it off before these people. Why? I can't even go there, Lord. The people's gonna come and say, I don't know why this thing. Okay. Janet. Lord Jesus. Janet, Noai, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, my people. Welcome, Noai. Welcome, Janet. Oni Kaki John. Welcome to my live stream. Welcome. How are you guys doing today? Hope you are doing fine. Janet. Welcome. Okay, the people are changing everything. They are changing the laws for travel. Yeah, welcome, brother. Welcome, Mr. John. I don't want to butcher your beautiful name, so I'm going to call you John, okay? Onyekaki. Yeah. Onyekaki. Welcome. And thank you for the thumbs up. Hey, Cabs, welcome. Cabs, welcome. Okay, as you guys could see, the topic today is New Year travel requirement. New Year travel requirement. The CDC, yeah, this is an article that was written January 13, not so far away. January 13, 2021. Hey, ALS, welcome. Yeah. And it's my boss who sent it to me. He said, I know you love to travel. This is what you need to do. Start, because by January 26, 2021, even if you don't live in the US, if you want to come here, it's unbelievable. It's getting tougher and tougher, especially with the pandemic. So the CDC said you need to get tested for this disease. We will be, the CDC said, I'm going to read it. CDC will begin requiring a negative pandemic test from all US bound air passenger starting January 26, 2021. Okay? It's a mandate. They mandate it. Now, if you're on from another country coming here too, it's a mandate. You have to have a test that is negative for just 72 hours. So for 3 days. So I'm flying from Ivory Coast coming here, and I have to land Monday. I need to have a test, my paper with me saying I took the test before and the test is negative. But you know, guys, when you're coming from the continent, these people don't trust us, because some people will not take the test, but they will still have a piece of paper saying that they took the test and the test is negative. But in reality, they did not. So when you're coming from the Ivory Coast, coming here, they're going to test you at the airport, what we call rapid test. They test you to check. So because they don't trust us, you're going to test twice. And if your test is negative, then you can enter the US. Okay. For myself, I live here. So I'm taking my case. I don't want to rob anybody. So I'm leaving to go back to Ivory Coast. Going, I need to do the test. I get there, I eat my cassava, see my family. Coming back, I need to take a test, 72 hours, okay? I come here because they still don't trust me. They're gonna say I has to get tested again. So I'm gonna get tested 3 times. Going, I get tested. If I enter my country, Ivory Coast, they make it a mandatory. Yes, you need to get tested again. So that's 2. Now I'm leaving, I get tested, entering it. It's going to be 4 times. I come here, I come back. These people say, no, you need to get tested again before you enter the country. So this is what is going on. Now, the travel companies are complaining. Hey, Blue Jean, brother, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. So the travel companies are complaining that right now people are not traveling because of the pandemic. And if they mandate all of these, people, they're going to stay home and they're going to keep losing money. So I did not know that there is even a corporate, there is an association with travel agencies. So the travel agencies, the big travel agencies, they are complaining about this test. And also, they say the travel agencies are saying, instead of getting people tests, and if you became negative, you can leave a place and you're fine. And by the time you flew 2 days, the long haul, 2 days, you may get sick and people will not travel, and then they're going to get stranded at the airport. So who is going to pay? Like if Aya is coming back from Ivory Coast and then I tested negative back home, I come here, then you test positive. So between, where am I going to go? I have to pay another ticket to return to the Ivory Coast, because Ivory Coast cannot kick me out. I'm an Ivorian. They can't kick me out, so I have to go back. All of this is too much. So now they're bringing in the vaccine. When I read the article, I'm like, when he printed it and it came and he said, this is it, you're the one who loves to travel. And I'm like, what? When I read it, I was like, this cannot be true. He said, yeah, January 13, 2021 is right there. And they started January 26. Yeah. Yeah, Janet, I agree. Hey, Stella, welcome. Janet, I agree with you. Yeah. Now, they're saying with an international testing requirement in place, they already put it in place. International visitor and returning resident will be tested at my higher rate than the general public and pose a much lower risk of transmitting the disease. Yeah. So this is the big thing. They call it American Society of Travel Advisor. The American Society of Travel Advisor. I have never heard in my life. Oh, Cabs says she's not going near the airport. Aya is going close to the airport. I'm going close to the airport. I'm tired of sitting here. I just want to go out, okay? So the American Society of Travel Advisor is ASTA, support an accurate rapid response testing regime for airline traveler in lieu of mandatory quarantine and travel ban. So this association said, okay, they have to test instead of putting people in quarantine. Like, you know, they let you go on vacay, but you get to the country and then you have to put yourself into quarantine, which people do not do this quarantine. Okay, Stella, you are very close to be heading away. You can Google the article and read. So they want you to do the vaccine. They want you to get tested so that you know you're not bringing these things here. So he said, require a negative test within 72 hours of departure will not ensure that this korokoro will not spread. That's what these people are saying. I'm telling you, it's very possible to be infected within 72 hours of having received a negative test. I agree with them because it's at the moment that you get tested, that moment is right now. Aya is running a mouth. It's 15 minutes, almost 15 minutes after 2 today. The 16, if I get tested right now, that is what is going to detect that I don't have it if it comes negative. It does, but it doesn't say tomorrow or around 6 o'clock, I will not get it. So that's where we are. Then the funny thing, implementing such a requirement without a rapid response, reliable test threaten to create a logistical crisis when travelers are stranded because they are unable to obtain an in-destination test in time of departure. If at all, this will set off a domino effect throughout the supply chain because you can be stranded at the airport because you didn't get the test, so you can't fly. You have to stay there. So who is going to pay your hotel? And if I have to go back home, all of this. So they are thinking about it. So finally they're saying, okay, if everybody can get the vaccine, but the vaccine is not mandatory. It's not everybody's going to take the vaccine. So we don't know what we're going to do. Unjoma, welcome. I'm telling you, so all of this big article of like 10 pages, finally, there is one thing. They said that there are no consensus regarding the subject matter. So right now, we don't know how to figure it out. But this is what is in work. So they're going to implement it on January 26th. So when they make with everything that they're going to encounter on as roadblock, then they will start to tweaking to adapt it. That's it. I'm not taking that vaccine. Oh, even if they pay me. No, you don't have to take the vaccine because you're not going to travel. That's it. But now they try to make that vaccine in a way that is mandatory. It is compulsory to take the vaccine. Aya, did you pay for the vaccine? How much? No, it's not compulsory. No, Blue Jane, it's not compulsory to take the vaccine. The vaccine is free. It is not compulsory. It is free. Okay? You don't have to pay to get the vaccine. It's so free as the air that we breathe. You don't have to pay anything. The vaccine is at the 2-time. You have to take the first one. And when you take the first one, after 7 days, you are protected based on what the CDC said. And I hope I have my paperwork because you guys know me. I love to do research. I love to do research. Osarugwe Prayer House, sister. Welcome, 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 welcome. And we're having fun. I'm laughing. Okay. Okay. All right. It's in my purse. So give me a few seconds. I'm going to have, because I keep printing papers and hold on. I'm going to bring it and I will tell you what the vaccine says. Yeah, I will tell you. The vaccine is free. You don't have to pay a penny. The vaccine, I'm not doing disclaimer, okay? Disclaimer. I'm not advertising. I'm explaining what I have learned, what I know about the vaccine, and what. Okay, so this is the fact check here from the CDC, but it's for UT, where I work. You guys can see the logo somewhere here, UT. Okay. It's a fact sheet for recipient. I hope you guys can see it. Fact sheet for recipient, and it's for UT. Because I was going to do a research. That's me. More scarier than I thought. God have mercy. Yeah, make it compulsory. Trump said no. No, it is not compulsory. It is not compulsory. You are free to take it. Okay, if you want to. If you don't want to, it's not compulsory at work. You don't have to. At my work, at UT, the 6 campuses, the 6 universities, it's not compulsory. That's the only thing I know. I don't know over societies, over companies. But at UT, it's not compulsory. So it's on two time based on the fact sheet here. The first, when you take the first dose, after 7 days, you are covered 50%. It does not mean that you cannot catch the disease. It meant that even if you catch the disease, you're not going to die. That's it. That's what it meant. Then, after 28 days, you take the second dose. Once you take the second dose, you have to wait for 7 days. After 7 days, then you are covered 95%. Even if you catch it, your chance of surviving is 95%. That's what I understood when I read this, because I went to, you know, when you speak several languages, we read and then we understand things completely differently. So me, for English, I always go to somebody who speak only English since the day that person is dead. That person was born. It is very safe. It's very safe. I'm telling you. And you guys know, I always do research. You guys know me. I will go and just research everything. Ask any question she can ask. When she finds scientists, I will ask, okay? And also ask one person, anybody I deal when I have to speak English, I want somebody, because based on studies and based on what I know, because I speak African languages, I speak French and this. Sometimes when I'm writing, I tend to think in African first. And then my brain will switch, come back to French, and then switch. So my brain traveled 3 times. But I study for this. When you speak different languages, you think first in your mother tongue, and then you transition to the other languages that you speak. So I always go to somebody who only speak English since the day that person was born. You cannot miss it. The way it is set up, Brother Blue Jean, you cannot miss it. Okay, today is the 16th. I'm giving you an example. If you get your shot today, first you have to wait 45 minutes when they give you the shot to see if you are going to have any reaction. Okay, Cubs, I will be back to you. Let me explain this to I am not advocating, okay? So this is a disclaimer. I'm not advocating. We are discussing. We want to learn what's going on with everything. And because I love to travel, so I has a ticket ready. I want to go. And all of this is scaring me. Okay? So you have to wait for 45 minutes to see if you're going to react. Because some people will react of anything, okay? After that, you take your paper, you go talk to a nurse, what they call an NP. NP is nurse practitioner. They are almost a doctors. Okay, nurses on this platform, they can concur with what I'm saying. You talk to the NP, and then the NP will tell you to go schedule, because it has to be 28 days. And it's there to tell you you should not miss. So you schedule it yourself. They will ask you, these are the schedule, these are your date, these are the time, where can you come back? And then you pick up the time, the date, because it has to be 28 days after your first one. So everything is scheduled. You cannot miss it, brother. That's the answer for for brother for brother Brugin. Now for Sister Cobb, she said, you are very brave. I trust no one when it comes to my health, especially when this guy use people as guinea pig for tests. There are scientists who are sounding alarm on this, but are being shut down. Yes, it is true. I do concur with you based on my own research. And I'm trying to understand what is going on with this. My personal founding and my personal understanding, disclaimer, okay, was, and also Blue Jean, I'm coming to you for this time. Do you recall last June, you took the class that I took, because I talk about it, not knowing that we will need it, okay? The contact tracing, Blue Jean knows about it. The contact tracing. On the contact tracing classes that we took online, they were talking about Ebola. And there was similarity between Ebola and this disease. And Ebola was 18. This one is 19. They give the numbers of pandemic. And our brother Obama said when he was president that for the 21st century, you guys can Google it if you love research, you can Google it. The 21st century is not war. There won't be any World War III or IV, but it may be a disease. So he decided when Ebola, because Ebola happened in the Congo, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. And because the world has been global and you wake up here, you go and eat fufu in Ivory Coast. There were Sierra Leonese and Liberian that brought it here. They were sick back home because our health system is almost non-existent. Some of them flew here and they were in Dallas and they contaminated a nurse, and she was a Filipino. It was a big thing in when Brother Bio was president. So that's why he decided to put these things into place and asking people to study, to try to find a solution if in the future we face this kind of challenge. So when this happened, the only thing the people did based on this was to tweak the Ebola vaccine and adapt it to the strain of Korokoro. That's one of the reasons why it went so fast. But the work has been ongoing for more than 10 years. There is one thing that we have to bear in mind. I'm talking to you, you guys are seeing me. When I was born some decade ago, we did not have all of these things. The technology has greatly improved. That's what I meant. When I was born, we did not have this. So that's the reason why everybody is so skeptic, say it's too fast, we don't trust in it. But we like it, we don't like it. These people, they have their own way of forcing you to take it, such as if you want to travel starting the 26th, this is what you have to do. Okay, if you don't want to go on vacation, fine. But we are not living back home. I'm not wishing anybody to have any issue. Everything is going to be great. But if, it's a if, something happened back home where they need you and you must go home, you cannot walk, you cannot drive, you have to fly, then they're going to get you. They're going to get you. They're going to get you because you have to go through this. This is what I don't like. Like, okay, I'm not going on vacation. I'm not going, but I have loved one back home. I'm not wishing anybody to have any issue. But if something happened, you're going to see yourself in this predicament. And because you must be there, you have no choice. Then you go ahead and do it against your own will. And then so you can fly. That's the things that I don't like. That's it. I just don't like it. Because we are saying that it's not mandatory, it's not that. But you know what? I have loved one back home. My favorite aunt is 97. If something happened to my uncle, I'm going to go because he's the last Mohican. That's what we call him. He's the last Mohican of the family. Going, I'm not going to sit here. So I will be obliged to take this in order to go. Okay? So that's what I don't like. That's my 2 cents. Okay? So guys, this is it. I'm just putting it there. No. I don't know about. Hey, Gladys Kitchen. Bienvenue. Guy, excuse me because Gladys speak French. So I'm going to talk to her in French, you know. So, Gloria, sister. Bye. Lord have mercy. T1, boom, boom. So that's what things here. Okay, Gladys, welcome. Unjuma is laughing. Yeah, Aya is just crazy. Janet is laughing. So this is the things here. To my knowledge, I don't know if it's a $2,000 attached to vaccine. The only thing I know is that Uncle Joe said that he's going to help the people living here in this side of the world, $2,000. I don't know if it's going to come to fruition or not, but I don't know. And now the children, because there's no study for the kid, so right now they are not vaccinating the children. That's the only thing I know based on my cheat sheet. The children know this now that they are doing research to see how the kid will react. Yeah, that's it. Okay, this is one of the things, and that's true. We are all from the continent. Oh, we are not from here. Okay, we may have the papers, but we are not from here. Guess what? I don't know if you guys have done this. Stella and Gloria that live on my side of the world here, when you start doing your immigration paper, they ask you to go do tuberculosis test. The tuberculosis test. Okay. If you do the skin test, right away it's positive. Right away it is positive. Do you guys know the reason why? I was going to do research. Some 15 years ago when I was doing my paper, I was asked to test. Yes, but before you became citizen, you had to do your medical. When you do the green card, when you're doing the green card, you have to do some medical. There is a list of disease that they check: HIV, tuberculosis, all of this. And then you get the green card. And once you get the green card, then you're going to become citizen, you know. And maybe you don't remember, but I do, because me, anytime there's something, Aya's going to... That's one of my disease, okay? I'm going to check to see why they're asking this, to understand. So I went. By that time, I was in New York. I went, and the doctor, as soon as he put these things under my skin, it just popped out and it became red. I was positive for tuberculosis. And the doctor was a Chinese doctor affiliated to the immigration, because you can't go to any kind of doctor. They got their own list where you have to go. And the doctor said, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, you from Africa?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Because when you were little, they gave you, I don't know if it's a smallpox or chicken pox, one of the vaccine." And he said, "You have an anti-something, in French, you call it les anticorps, anti-something in your system. So when I gave you this, that's why it became positive. So the best way for you, go do a chest X-ray. If you do the chest X-ray, it's going to come negative. You don't have tuberculosis. So I have to go spend another amount of money. I don't recall the money that it cost me to go to another doctor to get the chest X-ray and bring it to him so he can write. Also, for you to work in a hospital, you must take the patch and it must be positive. So all of these things, yeah. And also when I got a job at UT, when they wanted to do this, I told them, I was born in Africa. And the doctor was like, "Okay, there's no need to get that one test. You have to do the chest X-ray." So every year I have to do a chest X-ray. Because when we were little, okay, my mom didn't go to school. Then she had three brother-in-law medical doctors, and they're gonna tell my mother, I take the little one to go get this vaccine. My mom, she just follow like mouton de panurge. It's like you're going to be slaughtered. So she took me and they got me all of this vaccine. So I recall, I don't know which year I got my Spanish for devil. I don't recall, there was a year where I wanted to go somewhere, and then they were asking me plenty of vaccine and I was like, I know this one, I did it when I was a little girl. So I went to UT, and at UT, the doctor was like, okay, the only thing we have to do is to draw your blood, and we're going to check which kind of vaccine that are in your blood. And they did the blood test. And when I went, there were so many vaccines that I got. Some of them expired because some of them were 20 years, some of them were 10 years. So they were like, okay, you have to redo this, you have to do this, you have to do this, you know? So that's it. Okay, oh God, all of this covered, but there are people who are living and have died from the side effect. That's true, okay? We need to be very, very careful and not to take things at face value. Better be safe than sorry. Yeah, okay, that's true. I concur with you, okay? The liken vaccine to autism. I don't know if this is true. I haven't done research, but I know on my side of the world, there are a society. I even this morning went to the website. There's a society which is against any vaccine. And they came up with so many things, and autism is one of the diseases that they talk about it. That's it. But I did not invest myself in it. I'm like, okay. So there is a group, and they are very strong, this group. Okay, you don't know what they gave you when you were little. Okay, if you are Christiana, if you ask your doctor can draw your blood, and then they will analyze it. They will tell you which vaccine you got when you were baby. They did this to me. That's what I find out. And I laughed so hard that day. They send HIV to Africa in the name of vaccine. Do not take anything from the wicked people. I'm sorry. Monique, je te rappelle? D'accord, merci. I'm sorry, guys. That's one of my big first cousins. My big first cousin. So this is it. That's it. Me, the only thing I don't like about this going on here is the fact that they're claiming yeah, okay. Like in Ivory Coast that I follow, because that's where I'm from, in Ivory Coast, starting February, a school teacher, you work in a school, whatever, if you are in EDU, you're going to get that vaccine. And then what we call the frontline workers, doctors, nurses, and the whole nine yards. And then the youngish, the youngish like I am that refuse to get old, but you are on the threshold. You are over here. You are over here. They're gonna start giving it to people. That's it. They're gonna start giving it. That's what I know about Ivory Coast. Over country, I have no idea. But these people are ready. So if you want to go, okay, still are saying that, Gloria, it is not vaccine that give HIV. Yeah. I hear people cannot count to 10 after taking the vaccine. They can count up to 10 or say, because I no, okay. Oh, Sister Denike, welcome. Aya did not say. Aya has, and I'm just finding this and I'm showing it to you. Okay. So Aya did not say anything. Disclaimer, I'm not asking anybody. I said the things that I don't like it is they said it's not mandatory. You don't have to take it. But if you have to travel, this is it. This is the requirement. Now, if Aya doesn't want to go to Hawaii, Aya stay home. But if my favorite uncle transition, I need to go home. It's a must. I can't help it. You know, we are all African on this platform. There are cultural things that I wish we can throw them away, but we cannot. It's part of the fabric that makes us. So then Aya has to go. So when Aya has to go, then because Aya doesn't have her own Air Force One, right? If I do have my own Air Force One and I don't have to fly with anybody, then I find a pilot. And the pilot's going to fly my plane and I'm going to land home. But because so far I'm not there, then I have to abide by this. So this is what I just don't like. That's it. Okay. There is one thing. The reason why our sisters, what I call my first cousins that live on this side of the world, they refuse and they don't like vaccine. There is a precedent. If you guys have the time, go watch this movie. The title, I'm going to write it down, is Miss Ava's Boys. Miss Ava Boys. It's a true story that started in I don't know if it's 47 or 37. And this study went on from, let's put it 1947 till 1972. I know it ended in 1972. It was a study for syphilis. And the syphilis in those days was very prevalent in our society. So you guys, when I do this, you understand? In our society. So it took place in the South. It's between these two states. I don't recall it because I have a DVD there. If it's Mississippi or Alabama, it's among these two states. And they pick up young black male between 25 to 45 years old in the prime time of your life. And they start the study. So from 47 till 72. It's a true story. Yes. Miss Ava's Boys. The study was the Tuskegee study. And I think it's Mississippi, Alabama. Tuskegee, it must be Alabama or Mississippi, these two states. The Tuskegee studies. I don't know how to write this word because it's an Indian word, and there is a town called like that. So they round up all of these people, 25 to 45, tested. The study was on them. Kill gazillion of them. So the brothers and sisters from this side of the world, they are against, adamant about anything for vaccine. Yeah, Miss Denike, the sister Denike, this is true. Yes, it's a true story. It's a well-known. So they made a movie. Afro Woodward was the one who played Miss Avard. When you start to watch that movie, you're going to cry from beginning to end. So I understand where they're coming from, their opposition, that this is too fast, that even some black church, like yesterday, there is this guy, he has a huge church in Virginia, who call this guy to talk about it because his congregation say, nah, we aren't doing it. So he has to play the conversation that he has with Dr. Fauci regarding the issue at his church. And Dr. Fauci, there was a Zoom during service who has to explain. So some of the people now are saying, people over 60, I call ourselves the youngish. We youngish said, okay, we're going to do it. Yeah. So me, because I love history and I love research, I will I will just go and try to understand, try to understand, see the in, the out, and see why people are reacting the way they are doing it. Hey, welcome, the God of faithfulness, my sister, welcome, okay? So you see, that's it. So these things open our eyes. Just do your own research. I'm not advocating for anything. It's because my boss, he knows I love to travel. And when he read it, he was like, and this article is on a website called Pulse Travel. If you get the chance, I'm writing it down, pulsetravel.com. You go to the website. This article is the travel industry react to CDC new air travel requirement. So even these people, they don't agree with what the CDC is saying. They don't agree with it because they know if we are not traveling, they are not making money, because the bottom line is the pocket. It's the bank account. If we are not buying the ticket, because buying the ticket is simple. You buy the ticket, hotel, transportation, restaurant, all of it are connected. So everybody's going to be affected. You may say, okay, I don't care, I don't travel, but you know, there are restaurants. People go to restaurants, it's connected. People stay in a hotel, it's connected. People take the cab, public transportation, people buy souvenir. So all of this is connected. So if instead of saying, okay, we make it compulsory, they say, no, it's not compulsory. But it's not compulsory. I get to the airport, you're going to tell me, where is your negative test? You cannot fly. Huh? So this is where I don't agree with them. This is what I don't agree with them. So when I read it, I'm like, I did go sleep. Okay, Tiwan, I know it's late where you are. Why should some group or bad-minded one want to reduce the number of human beings they can create? Who said that? God is the only one who created us. Nobody can reduce us. No, I don't think so. Nobody can reduce us because right now, people, everybody is smart. Everybody is smart. So that's it. January 26th, Koro must be negative, or you bring a little card saying that you took the test, you took the vaccine, then you can travel. I wish I had money. I will buy an airplane right away. It doesn't cost $1 like a pen. I will purchase one right away. I will buy one right away, so I can fly. So that's the issue right here. Okay. So American Society of Travel Advisor does not agree with this, and I don't like it myself. Now they come back saying that we still have to wear the mask. Of course, we know the mask, that is easy, but if you have to fly 10 hours, 12 hours, you're not going to keep that mask on for 16 hours. Okay? Sometimes you just want to take it out. Nowadays, when I touch my little ears here, it hurt because I double it at work for 8 hours all day long, plus the face shield. So I'm like so that's it. They are not going to make the money. And because, so somebody say here, there is somebody that they asked, he said, I'm very worried about the outcome of this, but hope a continued sense of solidarity among travel professionals expressing their worries for not only their career, but the economic livelihood or so many travel-related jobs, combined with the backing of ASTA. You see, so everybody worrying. The God of faithfulness said that it's terrible. It's not so funny at all. Yes, because look, people that work in a restaurant, people that work in a hotel, okay? Everybody is affected when people are not traveling. So they're going to start laying off people. People's going to lose their job. When you start losing your job, it affects your family. It's just terrible. It's just sad. So that's the and what I don't like it is the CDC, the way they're doing it. They are pressing the European. They are pressing the European to do it has to be uniform. So when they start here on the 26th, people is going to say, okay, I could go to Europe and I can travel among the European country because nobody's going to say, do this, do that. Now, these people here are putting the pressure on the people outside this part of the world that no, it has to be uniform. So when we start here, nobody can derobate themselves saying, okay, oh, they are not doing this in Europe. No, Europe is going to start doing it. This is one of the things that I just don't like and I do not agree. But I don't have that power. I can just run my mouth that I do not concur, but people are going to go ahead and do it because they are the one who has the money. So that's the sad part. Okay, so Gloria saying here, God help us. Oh, Ujoma said, God help us. Gloria saying some faithful married couple in Africa was tested positive HIV when I was back home, when I saw the video of how they infected African as vaccine polio. What? If for the entire life, this old couple, they did not have polio, it's now that they're going to get polio. You get polio when you were little. Yeah, Christiana, yeah, because Cap say we need to keep our eyes open. Most people are not connecting the dots. Yeah, People are not connecting the dot. Yeah, because you know what? When we sit down, because everybody is smart, boy, we are all smart. If we take a time to sit and just think straight, everything is so interconnected. I'm telling you, everything is interconnected. When there was a lockdown here, it wasn't even a lockdown, a semblance of lockdown. The semblance of lockdown, you see the what there is a name that they call the restaurants and the movies companies. People lost their job. People lost their livelihood. If you have a restaurant, if you have a souvenir shop, because there are some countries like in Africa, like Kenya, what bring money in Kenya is the tourism. That's the big chunk of money coming from outside. So if they do a lockdown, people are not coming to visit. Number one, no flight. Number two, the hotel, the restaurant, the gift shop, the cab drivers, everything. So the economy of that country is going to tank. It's just going to tank. So that is the sad part. Like this morning, my nephew sent me something and I was like, okay, I said, I'm going to look into it. He said that China, the region of Wuhan, has produced cocoa. Yes, they have cocoa plantation. And there was a video of a cocoa plantation in China. And China is selling its cocoa. Okay, this affected Aya because we do have a cocoa plantation. I grew up in a cocoa plantation. Cocoa plantation pay my tuition. Cocoa plantation raised Aya. Cocoa plantation did everything. So if Chinese are selling cocoa, Ivory Coast, Ghana, we cannot, our economy is just going to go down the drain. We cannot compete because if China is selling cocoa, I have to think twice. Yeah, we open our eyes for everything. So I just text my nephew. I said, he sent me the article. He sent me the video. And I'm like, what? China producing, that China is producing cocoa? What? Where are we going from here? So things like that. Because the world is so global, so the competition is so tough out there, guys. So for me, I just always goes and look at it. But guess what, Gloria? Even the Chinese cocoa is full of chemical that is not good. The people in Geneva and the people in London, because they are the one who set the price of the cocoa. They don't produce cocoa, but the headquarter of the one that decided that they're going to, in 2021, the kilo of the cocoa is going to be, I'm giving an example, it's going to be only $1. They are in London. So if a China brings its cocoa to these people, Kubashi Shogun, Blue Jacket host, okay, welcome, girl. You're going to get the blue jacket, okay? If instead of buying the cocoa, c'est la demande et l'offre, you know? If China said, you can buy it for 50 cents, you think the European that drink chocolate and coffee, they are not going to buy it at 50 cents. And if Africa said that you have to buy it $1, hey, they will get it 50 cents instead of buying it $1. This is where we are. And this is the reality. Think about it. You don't produce cocoa and you fix the price of the cocoa. Huh? Where do we go from there? So now China, yeah, coconut are in demand, but I'm talking about the chocolate. I'm talking about chocolate. In fact, I have a chocolate here, Toblerone, okay? They don't, but they need the chocolate. They need the raw material so they can do this. And who eat this? Not African. It's the European who eat the chocolate. So now China is producing cocoa. That's where we are. That's where we are. He sent me the article. I told him that I will. That is it. I told him that I was going to look into it and then get back to him. That's what I told my nephew. It's exactly the same thing with this. It's not mandatory, but if you want to travel, because you don't have Air Force One, you know, I laugh, and the reason why I laugh is because I'm powerless. So when I'm powerless, there's no need to make my blood pressure go up. Oh, I need best for Jesus. Thank you. Okay, in the Philippines, it's called cocoa. Okay, let me write down my sister from the Philippines. My Filipino people are not coming nowadays on. So, and the one that speaks Tagalog, she's gone. Oh, she went to bed because it's late where she is. Kubashi, Shogun TV. I will visit you once I'm done here, okay? Yeah, she said, kaboom, coronavirus. Okay, guys. You guys know me. I only do it for 1 hour. I laugh a lot. So I hope we learned something about it, you know. So that's the news there. Get ready for January 26th. If you want to travel, you need to be tested 72 hours. If you don't want the test, you get the other big test. Or, yeah, or you get yourself Air Force One. So this is what we have to do. We need to save $1 so we can buy our own plane. We can buy our own plane and create our own. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a nice weekend. I love you guys, okay? And I'll see you next week. Love you all. All right? Get our own things, okay? Yeah, it's good. That's what we have to do. Proactive, save our own money, buy our own plane, get our own airport, and then I think it's going to be easy. That's what we have to do, guys. Love you. Bye. And thank you so much. I do appreciate all your support. Bye-bye.